be with. I wanna be with you. Hey, I wanna be with. I wanna be with you. Me, just love me. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still love me? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still?
Hey royalty, it's me and Nicole, and I'm back with another video. If you are new here, please go ahead and subscribe. Today's video is going to be a mommy Q&A, and I know I said I was going to try to get a video up every week, but things have just gotten so crazy, and it's so hard to try to film a video with a 2-year-old. I'm really actually trying to rush and get this video over with before she gets uninterested with what she's doing, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. First question is, how has your experience been so far as a single mom? So I've never met anyone who has gotten pregnant with the intention of being a single mom or having a broken family. You know, I certainly didn't get pregnant with those intentions. I really thought that my partner and I were in it together. You know, we had tried to have a baby for well over a year before my daughter was conceived. We actually went through 2 miscarriages. So I really just thought that we were both in it together. But, I mean, obviously not, because I'm here right now. But, you know, my experience, I feel like, has just been beautiful. I feel like God really seen that I needed something to really give me the strength to walk away from my relationship. My relationship was really toxic. I was really allowing myself to be disrespected and mistreated, and you know, I feel like having my daughter really opened my eyes to just my worth. Like, she made me realize that she's the one that is going to be looking to me for wisdom, and I set the example for how she's going to allow herself to be treated, and I'll be damned if she feels like she can accept less than what she's worth. I want her to feel like she's a queen and she deserves everything. I really want her to know that it's okay to be alone if being in a relationship means that you're mistreated. How long was your labor? My labor was 50 hours. And I say that with expression because that's exactly how it was. 50 hours. I had London when I was 38 weeks and 5 days, and it was hectic. I feel like she wanted to come out, but she didn't want to come out. You know, I feel like 38 weeks, after 37 weeks, if you are a pregnant mom or you had kids before, you know, like, once you hit that 37-week mark and the doctor says that the baby can come out at any time and, you know, it's going to be healthy and can go home, I feel like that's when I at least started doing the hardcore get this baby out. I was running up and down the stairs. I was on the yoga ball every night. I was doing all the little myths. Like, I was inserting evening primrose oil. I was walking every day. I think I walked like 2 miles at one point. You know, I was just doing a lot. But what actually got her out was castor oil. That's what ended up putting me into labor. She just didn't want to come out, you know. And so I think that's what kept her in so long. Because I actually ended up having to take the castor oil twice. Moral of the story is, my labor was just ridiculously long. Like a 50-hour labor, it was so long and stressful. And then majority of those 50 hours, I was at home. Like, I'll go more into detail about my labor when I actually do my labor and delivery story, because I really do want to do that. But my birth plan was actually to stay at home as long as possible so that I wouldn't get stressed out in the hospital. I really wanted to do a natural birth, and so I knew that if I was in the hospital and had the option to have the drugs, that I will probably go for it. Like, I'm in all this pain. Of course, if they offer me drugs, I'm probably going to take them. So I really wanted to just stay at home. So 50 hours laboring at home, like, stressful. What is London mixed with? London is mixed with black, white, and Colombian. Do you co-sleep with London? So I do co-sleep with London. She actually was not a co-sleeper baby. When she was born, I really tried to separate that. I really tried to make sure that we didn't get attached to the whole co-sleeping thing when she was younger. When she was a little baby, she slept in her swing, and then eventually I moved her to her crib. And actually, she didn't start co-sleeping with me until she got her toddler bed and she was able to get out of the bed in the middle of the night and climb into my bed. And then that's when we really started co-sleeping, and I haven't really been able to get back out of that. And it's more so me, because sometimes I'll put her to sleep in her toddler bed and she'll go to sleep, But then I start feeling lonely and I miss her, and I'm the one that goes and gets her out of her bed. So it's really going to be me that's going to need to be detached when it's actually time to cut the co-sleeping. Would you like to start dating again, or do you want to just focus on London? I do have hopes to start dating again somewhere in the future. You know, it's not really on my priority right now just because I have so much stuff going on. But I feel like, you know, I kind of said this in my first video. I just feel like it's going to be when God decides to give me somebody. I'm not really out here looking for somebody. I just feel like when it comes the right time and it's the right person, they're just going to be brought to me. You know, I feel like dating is going to be just such an experience just because I am a single mother and my daughter is involved, and really the person that comes into our life is literally going to have to go through like a background check just because like I just don't want to deal with no mess. And I know you can't really prevent those things. Like nobody comes into a relationship like, yep, I'm finna break your heart. But I feel like from what I've learned, it's a lot you can tell about a person just by getting to know them and, you know, doing a little digging and what have you. So I am definitely open to it, but it's just not something that I'm pressing on right now. What's London's favorite movie? London actually doesn't have a favorite movie right now. It used to be Secret Life of Pets, and I let you know, I really know every word to that movie. But then she kind of, I guess she got tired of it because she literally watched it like 5 or 6 times in a row. Now she kind of just watches a little bit of everything. She actually just learned how to use Netflix on her iPad, so she knows how to kind of scroll through the movies and pick kind of what she wants. So she literally watches a little bit of everything. Like she watches the weirdest stuff sometimes. Like she put me on to Haters Back Off, and that is the most crazy weird show ever. Like I didn't even know how she found it, but now she's even learned to get out of her profile on Netflix so she can go over to my profile and watch all the crazy stuff. I done caught this girl watching Black Mirror, like all type of scary movies, and she into it. Like she's very into it. It's crazy. What are your goals? So my goals right now are, number one, of course, to just be a great mom, but also I just really want to focus on building my brand. You know, I want to do a couple different things under the Me and Nychole brand. You know, I want to do my interior design. Of course, that's something I talked about in my last video. I really want to get that started. I'm actually working on my first project. I'm having my own house built, so that's going to be my first project. I get to design the layout and design all the finishes, you know, carpet, towel, all that. So that's really going to be like my coming out launch of my brand, because I feel like you don't design anything better than your own house. So that's something I can really show my design. And then London's goddad is also getting his house built right down the street from ours. And his house is like completely different from our house. So I really can show my diversity in my design, because my house is more like classic and his house is actually more modern. So I really get to, you know, show the diversity of my design. So that's actually the project that I'm working on right now. And I really do want to add those videos to my channel once the process really starts going. I can do like, you know, show you guys the building process and kind of, you know, how I'm planning to design the houses and stuff like that. So look forward to that if you're interested in that. And then also, I spoke on this a little bit in my last video, but I am modeling as well. So I kind of want to get into that. Do you want more kids? So I feel like the position that I'm in right now, it's so hard for me to imagine myself going through a pregnancy again, just because I remember how I really felt being alone and pregnant, and all I thought about while I was pregnant was just the fact that I just wished that I would have had somebody. And it was very stressful. I feel like I remember going to the doctor appointment by myself and having the people in the lobby with their husbands and all that looking at me kind of side-eyed like, she by herself, typical. And I just feel like if I decide to have a baby right now, being single, you know, I'm really choosing to have a baby and not being able to put the fact that I'm by myself on anybody else but myself. And I just can't imagine that right now. I just feel like I would rather just have London if having another baby means that I have to do it all over again by myself. And I think that's why I hold a lot of animosity towards my ex, because I feel like she really put me in that situation. Like, I did at one point imagine having 2 kids close in age, you know, all that. But she really took that from me when she decided that she didn't want to be involved in parenting. Because I do feel like if I wouldn't have had, I mean, if I would have known that she wasn't going to be involved, I definitely think I would have waited to have a baby until I could have that union partnership, because I've never walked around wishing that my daughter didn't have a family. You know, my mom and my dad were never together, so I definitely felt like when I decided to have a baby, I really wanted to give her that family, and that was really taken from me. So I think I'll say no right now, just because I just don't think that I could do that to myself. I just don't think that I would, like, not that I couldn't handle it, I just feel like I wouldn't put myself in a position to feel more stress. Is London potty trained? Yes and no. So London is potty trained in the house. She walks around naked all day and she goes to the potty. She definitely knows that when she has to go to the bathroom, she gets on her little potty. But I feel like I'm kind of stuck in this now because I let her walk around naked all day. So when it's time to put on any type of panties or any type of pants without her diaper on, she automatically assumes that it's her diaper and she uses the bathroom in her clothes. So I feel like it's going to be hard to transition her into, okay, even though you have on pants, you can't use the bathroom in your pants. So that's kind of like the space that I am right now. So yes and no. So basically she walks around all day without a diaper on, and she uses the potty, but then when it's time to go to bed or we go outside, you know, go to the store or whatever, that's when she has her diaper on. So I feel like I'm just kind of stuck right there. What are some of your favorite places to shop for London? I love Carter's, I love Oshkosh, I love Gymboree and Children's Place, and I really love Target baby clothes. Like, I find that every time I go in there, if I go to the baby section, I always leave with something. But I feel like my guilty pleasure is actually Once Upon a Child. Like, it sounds crazy, but Once Upon a Child actually has like so much nice stuff. I feel like I can go in there and spend the same amount of money that I would spend on brand new stuff and get her 3 times more. So she has her grip of the new clothes, but she also has way more of the gently used thrift clothes. So she has a way bigger closet than people who are against thrift store shopping or what have you. So basically London can go a whole month without wearing the same clothes, while other people kids wearing the same outfit 5-6 times because they spent all their money on the brand new stuff. Did you breastfeed London? I did breastfeed London. I only breastfed her for 3 weeks, and it was really because my milk supply didn't come in. It was really a challenge, and I think also I just got a little lazy with it. I think that, you know, I felt like if I pumped enough milk to go in the fridge to last her overnight, when she would wake up, I wouldn't pump. So my milk supply really decreased from what it was supposed to be, instead of me feeding her in the middle of the night and pumping at the same time. I just didn't have that commitment. And I think it was really because, you know, I was doing it by myself. Not to say that I couldn't do it. I think I was just trying to save my energy. Like, okay, I'll feed the baby and I'll go back to sleep. And I just really let myself fall off from that. And I really do regret it, just because, number one, breastfeeding is so healthy. But number two, I really wrecked my boobs by doing that. Like, I really just, man, I had no boobs before I had London. But now, like, my boobs are just, they're just trash. Like, they're just over with. So I'm actually planning to get a boob job this year. And if you stay tuned to my channel, I am going to start doing, like, the pre-op and kind of my feelings on it. And then I actually do want to vlog, like, my surgery day and, like, you know, make the healing videos and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, definitely do keep tuned to my channel for that. Did you get any stretch marks? I actually did not get any stretch marks. I was really one of those people that meticulously put on the coconut oil and the coconut butter. I just really lathered myself. I didn't use any crazy products or anything. I literally just used the coconut oil, the coconut butter after I got out the shower every night, and I made sure that I did not scratch. Like, I knew that that's one thing that they said, you know, if you scratch, you're gonna get stretch marks, and that was always in the back of my mind. Like, I cannot do this. So I didn't get any stretch marks, thanks to heaven, but I did get, like, my belly button stretched out. So I kept my belly button ring in when I was like while I was pregnant, and I ended up getting one of those like long plastic belly button rings, but for some reason my belly button, like the middle skin in between the ball, like the two balls, it's stretched out and it's never went back. So when I plan to get my boob job, I'm just gonna get scar revision. That's kind of gonna be like in the same thing. But yeah, that's really the only thing that happened while I was pregnant. Does London sleep through the night? London does sleep through the night. She's actually been sleeping through the night since she was about 2 weeks old, and her doctor thought that was so crazy. But she never had like one of those crazy stressful nights where she was up all night. She's always been like a really good night sleeper. And I think that's also because when I was pregnant, like I really kept myself to a schedule. Like I was never up all night, you know, being loud or what have you. Now I know babies in the belly don't keep a schedule, but I just feel like by me being calm at night, I found that she was really calm at night as well. Like I never woke up with her, you know, being crazy. So I feel like that really helped me to get her to be a calm, you know, she knew when nighttime was. And she's also always had a bedtime. So I'd say like around 6 months is when I really instituted her bedtime. And it used to be 7 o'clock. So every night she would go to bed at 7 o'clock, and she really knew that that was her nighttime, you know, time to go to bed. And then I moved it up to 8 o'clock when she got a little bit older, just so she could have more time to play. And of course there's nights that she stays up past her bedtime. You know, I'm not one of those crazy parents that just, you know, but for the most part she knows that when it's time to go to bed, that it's time to lay down. And you know, she's older now, so she kind of gets up and she plays, and you know, but she knows that when it's time to go to bed, it's time to go to bed. So you know, I really feel like I did a good job just, you know, trying to institute that. You know, I really want her to know that not everything is play, and she does need to have some type of structure. And I think that's where I've kind of instituted it at. Was her name always going to be London? No, her name was not always London. Actually, the day that I found out that she was a girl, her name was Kai. And I found out when I was 17 weeks. So from about like 17 weeks to like 25 weeks, her name was Kai. Like religiously Kai. Her baby shower, her name was Kai. And everybody was telling me like, you're probably gonna change her name, you know, you shouldn't set in stone anything, because I was planning on getting her name stitched and stuff. Like, no, it's definitely gonna be Kai, absolutely, hands down, you know, tatted on me right now. And so I went on, you know, with the name Kai, and then I started with London. And so backstory, I had said earlier in the video that my ex and I actually had went through a couple miscarriages. So when we went through those miscarriages, we had 2. So when I was pregnant with those babies, we had actually came up with 2 names. We had came up with a boy name, the name was Makai, and a girl named London. So we had basically just decided that when we lost those 2 babies, that we were just gonna lay those names to rest with the 2 babies, and that when we had a new baby, we were just gonna come up with a new name. But I just couldn't get over that name. Like, I just loved that name so much, and it just really, I felt like it really had a place in my heart. So I dropped the name Kai and I named her London. And so for basically my whole pregnancy, I was calling her London. And my mom hated that name. Like, she did not like that name at all. I remember, you know, one time she was on the phone, she was like, please don't name my grandbaby London. Like, please just come up with another name. How you gonna have her going through her life, name London, whatever. So she made me doubt myself. She made me doubt that I should name London London. So I was 37 weeks pregnant, and I remember sitting in the restaurant with London's goddad, and I told him, I was like, I think I found a name that I really like, and it was Naomi. So I was just absolutely in love with that name. And I remember I told my mom, like, I think I found another name that I like, and it's Naomi. Mind you, I'm 37 weeks pregnant, about to have this baby, and now I gotta get attached to a new name. So, you know, I'm really, like, trying to get a hold of this name, because I really did like that name. So little time passed, and I go into labor. So when I had the baby, I had, in my birth video, my mom, as soon as the baby came out, she's like, oh, she's a Naomi, yada yada. The doctor's asking me, like, what's the baby's name? And I'm trying to tell them, like, I'm in between 2 names, I don't know. But here's my mom over here talking about she looks like a Naomi. So of course I'm like, okay, she's a Naomi, that's her name. So first couple hours she was out, I'm trying to call this baby Naomi. You know, they wrote Naomi on the little bassinet thing. Like if you had a baby, you know, they write like the baby's name on a card and put it in their bassinet, you know, with the mom's name and the time they were born and all that good stuff. So her name was Naomi on there. But I hadn't filled out the birth certificate because I just was not sure. So my grandma came, and I told her, you know, the baby's name Naomi, what have you, all that. So time passed, whatever, we all calling this baby Naomi, and everybody goes home. So it's the first time that me and this baby are by ourselves now. So I went into the bathroom to do something, and she starts crying, and out of instinct I'm just like, it's okay, London. And I had to stop, like, oh my god, I just called this baby London. Like, alright, I'm done. This baby's name is London. Like, there's no way that I can deny that I just so naturally called her London. So I called my mom. I was like, look, her name is London. You're gonna have to get over this shit. And I texted on the guy dad, and I was like, her name is London. And he was like, I already knew that. I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to overstep, so I didn't say anything. But I filled out the birth certificate papers, like, look, this is it. Her name is London, and y'all gonna have to get over that. But I still do love the name Naomi. So I definitely feel like if I have another daughter sometime in the future, her name will absolutely be Naomi. It's such a beautiful name. I just couldn't get attached to it, and it just wasn't meant for London to be London. London is in London, and that's how it is. London's trying to break in, sabotage the video. But alright, y'all, that's the end of this video. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and click the little bell if you want to get notifications for when I post my next video. I am going to try to get a new video up sometimes, and I did link my social media below, but all my social media is at me and Nychole, so feel free to follow me on there, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.